Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Art. This is Camber Gain. So we're gonna do some fun stuff. I recently got a couple cars that I'm gonna be having some fun with. Doing some drives, going to some shows, doing all kinds of fun stuff. But we're gonna take the Cayman S out with my daughter today. And we're gonna go show it, and she did a pretty good job filming. So yeah, it came out pretty good. But we're gonna continue to up the ante. I have another video that I'm about to upload as well around the Lafayette Cars and Coffee. That was cool. Lots of really cool cars there. There was a lot. God, there must have been, I don't know, maybe 300 cars there. It was a lot. It was a lot of people. It was really busy. So anyway, I did get some video. It's not great video, but I got some video. It was really kind of windy out. So, but anyway, please, I hope you enjoy this channel. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff with Porsches and VWs because I have a Golf R as well as a Cayman S. So we're going to be doing maybe some tunes, maybe some exhaust, you know, just going for rides. We're gonna do some Porsche meets and all kinds of fun stuff. So anyway, I hope you like the content here that we're gonna deliver. Probably myself mostly, and with some other people. You know, assuming I can find some other people. I don't know. But this should be fun. I'm hoping. So you know, please subscribe. Please hit the alert so that you see when I upload new videos, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Okay, welcome.
Hi.
So we're gonna go for a ride. You're gonna do some filming for me so I can just drive.
Okay.
But if you wanna, you wanna do some, here you go. So here we go. Put your seatbelt on.
It's on.
Okay, sweet. Let's do it. So this is a 2017 Cayman S. So this isn't the GTS. I wanted a GTS but couldn't find one, so I had to settle for an S, which I know doesn't sound all that bad, but the only thing it didn't have was the sport exhaust, which is really something I really wanted because I really like the sound of it. But when I test drove it, but I don't know. Now I can at least put my own exhaust on. At least that's my theory. So, all right, here we go. We're gonna go for a nice ride around the block. There's some pretty cool roads back where we live because we kind of live out in the middle of nowhere in a suburb of Denver. So we get to go drive out in the middle of nowhere-ish, kind of. There's some county roads out here that are actually pretty fun to go drive on. So they're usually pretty desolate. So we'll see what's out there. All right, Nick, what do you think so far?
It's pretty.
It's pretty, right?
Ride's pretty smooth.
It's actually pretty good, right?
Yeah.
We'll put it in sport mode because sport mode right here changes the revs pretty significantly, also changes a lot of things about the car, the way that it handles. And with PASM being on, it's a little bit stiffer. When you turn... That was weird.
Yeah.
Why do people just like randomly beep at you?
I don't know.
So, I'm gonna wait for some of these cars to clear, but this is 168th Avenue over here. This one's pretty fun. I like this road. It's usually pretty quiet, so we're not going to go too fast. We're just going to get a feel for the power of the car. So of course we're not speeding on this road. We would never do that. That is against the law. What kind of crazy person would speed in the car? That's crazy. But yeah, it's a really, what I love about this car is it feels, you can feel the road everywhere. It's amazing. It's really, people say this is the ultimate driver's car. I think that they're right because you're not really that insulated from the road. You feel every little bump, which I think personally is what you want to feel in a car like this. I don't think you really want to be as disconnected from the road. Now, I will say that when I drove the 911, I drove a 911 Carrera S, and I really loved it. I thought it was amazing, but I honestly think it's too fast for me. I think I would probably end up in some type of jail cell in Mexico or something, because, man, I was on the exit ramp or the entrance ramp, and I was going very fast in a very short amount of time. So in this car, as weird as it sounds, you actually don't want to drive quite as fast because you feel more of the road. So, I mean, obviously it's a very fast car, and it's very light, but the handling in this car is just unreal. I can't even describe it. I've driven lots of cars. It's like on a whole nother level, quite honestly. Like, it's crazy how much different it feels than anything else I've ever driven before. And I think it's because you get that experience of being able to actually feel the road. So we're going to hammer on it a little bit. And this is in Sport mode. It's not in Sport Plus. Sport Plus adds, obviously, a little bit even higher revs. It'll drop the gear down even a little bit more. But honestly, I think it's a little too much for just day-to-day driving. As weird as that sounds, I think the revs are a little bit too high. So, at least in this case, you can just, normally drive the car. And yes, in sport mode, it's a little bit more aggressive, but it's not ridiculous. So, what I think we're going to do is when we turn on this road up here, assuming there's nobody behind us, I think we're going to do a launch.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, no, it's actually really fun. So, and it's very simple in this car. You put it in a Sport Plus mode in order to do it, which obviously you see when I put it in Sport Plus mode, obviously everything gets the higher revs and everything. And when you get on it, oh, you can feel it. You can definitely feel it. And it doesn't shift quite as often as well either. It'll hold the gear for longer, which is cool. So we're going to turn up this street right here, which is a very nice street with not a lot of people on it. It's very desolate over here. I believe we're in a private community now, so we're not on an actual state road anymore. But we're going to do launch control. So to do launch control, essentially you just come to a stop, you hold the brake, and you rev it to 4,000 RPM, and then you let it go. Now we got a little bit of wheel spin, which is awesome this time. Last time I did it, I didn't get as much wheel spin, but so that's launch control. It'll put you in your seat. That's what I'll say. It puts you in your seat, but it's not so fast that the car breaks a lot of traction. It did break traction a little bit, but the tires on this thing are pretty good size, and it's kind of a cold day. I think it's. I'm not sure what the temperature is out. Let's see. Let's look at my watch here. Looks like it's about 55 degrees today. It's January 25th. So it's actually still, obviously pretty cold here in Denver. But a 55 degree day in January is not so bad. So it's pretty awesome. But so this car, I think, is a very drivable car day to day. The seats are super comfy, right?
Yeah, they are.
I mean, these are only the two-way seats, sport seats, but man, they're super comfortable. I think you could drive a really long way in this car and not even break a sweat, quite honestly. So, but it's a really nice car to drive. It's a little stiff. If you turn PASM off, we'll turn PASM off for a few minutes. And you can really feel it gets a little floatier. Yeah, it does. It's a little bit calmer and more collected. And it just kind of just feels like a normal-ish car. I mean, kind of normal-ish. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, lots of cool things about this car. I mean, I think the stance, because it has PASM, it sits 20 millimeters lower than the without it. So without it, I think it sits. There's another package that drops it by 10 millimeters, and PASM drops it by another 20, so it gets a little bit lower. And the stance is great. This car also has the 20-inch Carrera wheels in satin black. The color of this car is Miami blue, for anybody that knows anything about Porsches. I think it's the best color they make, but
I agree.
that's opinion based, right? I think the lava orange is nice too. I like that one.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different colors that are available, and you can custom one off a color if you want to too. But I wasn't interested in buying this car brand new. I wanted to find one used. I found one in California with 5,000 miles on it, and it's a 2017, like I mentioned. So I got a pretty good deal on it. Pretty happy with how the car drives. It's just so fun to drive. Honestly, it's like when you send it around a corner, the car is so stuck. The mid-engine is just amazing. The way that it just really allows the car to rotate through the corner. You don't feel a lot of understeer or oversteer. The car just seems really well balanced. So it's a really fun car to drive. But it's, like I said, it's not overly fast. At least I don't think so. But we'll do some downshifting here. There's another cool feature a lot of people don't know about. So if you're coming to a stop and you actually hit both paddles together, it will actually drop the car into neutral. And then you can actually hit a paddle and it'll put it back into the closest gear. The nice thing is the transmission and the ECU is smart enough to know at the rev you're at the speed you're at, what gear you're supposed to be in, which I think is a really cool thing. I'm not sure the real practical use for that, other than, revving the car. But it's a cool thing to know about in case that's how you drive. So a lot of people do that too. Obviously with the manual, you can just take it into neutral and do all that stuff. But with the PDK, I think the PDK is fabulous. The shifting is unbelievably smooth. This thing just drives great. But yeah, that concludes this session, this drive time. If you want to, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff on Caymans. I also have a Golf R that I recently purchased. We're going to be doing that as well, talking a lot about that. I've got some plans for both of these cars. I really want to do exhaust and a tune in both cars. That's the plan. And there may be some other stuff we're going to do too, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with exhaust yet on this car, but we'll figure something out. So, but there's a lot of fun stuff in the works, I think. And we're in Denver, so I'm going to be going to some car meets. I've got one coming up in the next couple of weeks. I want to say a week from today. There's one over in Lafayette we're going to be going to. That'll be fun. And then we're just going to continue to hit as many of the places as we can. But welcome to the channel. This is going to be Camber Gain, so hope you're excited by that. And we'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and share and like. So thanks a lot.